Man, how did you feel when you found out he was a correctional officer?
Well, I knew before the pictures came out.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I got letters from guys that was in prison and told me that they had been, inmates in the cell, where he worked. They said he was the worst.
Really?
I wish I still had some of those letters. When my mom lost her house, I lost a lot of those letters that I had. Yeah, but the guys used to write me from prison and tell me about him.
So he wasn't just a correctional officer, like he was a crooked correctional officer?
No, he was a great correctional officer for correctional officer standards.
Oh.
Remember,
okay.
he got awards. Officer of the month and officer of the year and all that stuff. Like they say he would come in, and if you got an extra suit, they would take it. He would take it from you.
Damn.
Sneaking around trying to catch a guy shooting dice. Anything that's breaking the rules, he enforced the rules heavily. Totally opposite than what he said. He said that he became a correctional officer so he could help the homies smuggle dope in and all that stuff. But, that was all bullshit too.
Damn. A few other rappers have also used your name also, but they've actually paid homage to you.
Yeah. I'm cool with a few of them.
Okay.
Freeway. Me and Freeway is cool. Me and Rich the Factor. Rich used to be Freeway Rich. We cool. Anytime I come to Kansas City, he lay out the red carpet. Freeway do the same thing in Philly. So yeah, they cool. But they got some street ties. The other guy, he don't have no street ties.
Really?
No
street ties at all. Damn.
He don't act like it. He had a credit card in high school, man. Come on.
A credit card in high school?
Yeah.
Damn. Would you accept a phone call from him right now?
I would, yeah. I don't have no hard feelings against him. For me, it was just business. Just like him taking my name. I ain't mad at him about that either. It's just I done stole people's cars and all kind of stuff, man. I know what it's like when you're struggling, when you're down at the bottom and you're trying anything to get out of that hole. So, no, I ain't got nothing against the brother. I only wish him well. But he be lying and frauding, with all of that high side and big money talk that he be doing, and he the boss and all that stuff. You ain't no boss. No boss take no man's name. A boss make his own name.
Well, shit, man. Hopefully he'll do the right thing. I'm just gonna put it in the air. It probably ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, he ain't gotta do nothing for me. I don't need nothing from him.
Hopefully he'll do the right thing.
He can keep doing like he been doing. Whenever I come around, he take off. Give me 50 feet. I don't have no problem with that.
Okay. I interviewed your son. He said that Rick Ross was running from him.
Yeah, every time we go somewhere he at. When I got out, he was performing at House of Blues when Tech Nine did his show. So I went up to the Tech Nine show and he didn't even perform that night. He wouldn't even perform that night.
Because you were there?
I don't know. I don't even know if he knew I was there. Everybody else did, but I didn't know if he did or not.
Okay, yeah, but I remember your son telling me about how, afterwards he tried to catch up with him and he was gone.
The Players Ball happened last year, downtown. My dad was actually out of town. The host of the Players Ball decided to give the rapper a award for the Player of the Year award in LA. Okay, whatever. Like, you can give him an award, don't give him to him in LA. So, Afro Man, shout out to Afro Man, gotta stay high, you feel me? He flew my dad out, got my dad there, got him in, set up, had a table, everything set up. The rapper was supposed to be there to receive an award. The rapper didn't come until my dad left. So my dad had to be somewhere early in the morning. So the rapper didn't come into the club until my dad left the club. But I was still in the club. So I basically, seen him, and I'm like, hey, Robert, like, what's up? Can we get a meeting? Like, can you sit with my pops and discuss this shit? Like, and one of his boys looked back at me and was like, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. So I'm like, wow. And they're sitting in this Escalade, or it was a truck. And it was limo tinted, everything. I literally walked up to the window and I'm like, yo, can we get a meeting? Like, you can't sit with my pops and discuss anything. Like, you can't sit with them. And they just drove off. And I just laughed.
Oh, that was at the what's the name? The Players Ball that Don Juan had out here. Don Juan gave him an award, and what's the name? Damn, what's my man's name, man? I can't even think his name. Fade me right now. Until I got high.
Oh, Afro Man.
Yeah, Afro Man flew me out because I was in another state doing another gig, and Afro Man was like, "No, man, I'm gonna fly you out. I want you to come to the party with me." And so Afro Man flew me out. I went to the party with Afro Man, and they wanted me to stay there until he got there. I waited until like 12:30. I was like, "Man, I'm gone," and I left because I had to get back on the plane and go back to my other gig the next morning. So I left. But yeah, Afro Man wanted to do one up at the party, so he brought me to the party.
You mentioned being an entrepreneur, selling legal weed, man. A lot of rappers have made the transition from a drug dealer to a rapper to an entrepreneur. Even Jay-Z came up, as starting to sell drugs, How do you feel, and what do you think about, people becoming these entrepreneurs and making these big moves now?
I think it's great that they're switching up. I mean, I think that some drug dealers are some of the smartest dudes in the world if they're able to transfer those skills that they learn from selling drugs into another craft. If you stay in the drug business, you know it's only a matter of time before you're gonna get caught. So you gotta transfer to something else, something that gonna give you some longevity. The average lifespan of a drug dealer is about 4 years. So if you're selling drugs and you think that's gonna be your career, you in for a short career.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.